Well, hi there. This is Eric, and welcome to Life on 30 Amps Modified. Um, the reason I say that way is when I was married, Carol and I started out RVing full timing in a fifth wheel, which was 30 amps, and we had a website called um, Full Timing on 30 Amps. The motorhome is 50 amps, but I've changed my life up a little bit. I've become a elite basic member of Thousand Trails, which gives me year-round access, park to park, access to their park system. But the vast majority of their sites are 30 amp sites. So that's why I say welcome to life on 30 amps modified. It kind of restricts my ability on energy, but I've found that if I'm fastidious about my energy management, I can do fine. As a result of changing my life up a little bit, I get some beautiful views like this. This is from Lake of the Springs in Oregon House, California. And this is the loop. It's D Loop or D Campground that we're staying at. And you'll see that I live a fairly compact life for the most part. I've got the motorhome set up here. I've got my satellite dish, my weather station, which needs to be replaced, and barbecue out here. I also have the 2022 Jeep Wrangler 4xe. Best car I've ever had. Just absolutely in love with it. I am set up so that I can charge it here at the campsite. And as you can see, I don't have a lot that I have out here. For those that are interested, yes, this is kind of a remote, somewhat brushy area. And I can have the motorhome fired up and out of here in about 7 minutes. If I want to have the Jeep hooked up and towed out with it, a total of about 14 minutes, 12 to 14 minutes. I can have the Jeep hooked up to the motorhome and the motorhome out. So that's kind of where we are now. We've got several parks here in the Sacramento area. Remy and I do that. We'll be staying at, alternating back and forth every 3 weeks. And I think this is going to be a lifestyle that's going to work well for me. I like to keep life pretty simple, so relocating every 3 weeks to a change of scenery isn't all that bad a thing. And I think I'm going to find some very nice locations. So stay tuned as we move into our next life of not being anchored down at an RV park, at a specific RV park so much. Initially, it was Sacramento's or Rancho Cordova's Aspen Grove RV Park, and then it was Wairika RV Park for the last 3 years, and now the Thousand Trails system. So I'm looking forward to it, and come on along for the ride. So here's a deer, and he looks familiar from the last time I was here. They're a little too docile. He keeps his distance, but I think he's a little too interested in hoping that I'll give him some food. But that ain't gonna happen. Not at this motorhome.
Love you, baby girl. Thanks for putting your backside on my pillow. Daddy really appreciates that. I love you. I love you.
Well, today is Saturday, the 2nd of September, 2023, and it is raining out, as you can see, and I get kind of excited because I love the rain. I love the snow, and it also means that it's cowboy hat season for Eric, because that's when Eric usually breaks this hat out, and I really enjoy this hat. up here at Lake of the Springs in Oregon House, California. Like I said, it's raining a little bit today, but we're going to make the most of the day. We're going to run some errands and try and stay as dry as possible, although getting wet doesn't really bother me. And then on tomorrow's Sunday, so we're going to be doing shelter dog videos. I am with Allie. And then on Monday, I'm going to try and go out for a little 4x trip out east of here and take the Jeep out on a trail and do a trail ride in the Jeep for the first time. So looking forward to that. So have a great day, and we'll probably check in with you tomorrow, or more than likely Monday. Hi there, this is Eric. And for those of you who know or have seen me at all on some of my previous posts, you know that I'm huge into animal rescue, specifically dog adoptions and dog rescue. And I simply have found no better vehicle for assisting me in that effort than my 2022 Jeep Wrangler 4xe. I have, as is typical with Jeeps and Jeep Wranglers especially, people want to upfit them for their particular needs. I haven't done a lot. I have done on my Jeep, modified it so that it can be towed behind my motorhome by adding base plates and such to the front of the Jeep so that it can be hooked up with all the appropriate air fittings and electrical connections, so that it can be towed behind my classic 2002 Allegro bus. But the reason for this video is talking about carrying dogs inside my Jeep. And in the back, it was pretty easy to find a seat cover that could cover the back seat and protect the leather to some degree. But the challenge that I had was finding a seat cover for the front that I found acceptable. And there were some leather ones, which I didn't really want to stifle the leather seats that are standard equipment from being, getting proper air and moisture, but I wanted something to protect them. And a friend of mine on Facebook had suggested, or had these actual beach blanket seat covers, which are very nice, and they have a grommet fitting on the back of them so that you can attach them with a carabiner to kind of keep them up on the seat. The problem was that they don't have any way of kind of attaching them to keep them in place in the Jeep. So this is a little video of how I used the straps to hold the seat covers down on my Jeep Wrangler 4xe, my 2022 Jeep that I love. I first of all attached the covers much in the same way as they're designed, with the carabiner, and then I tucked the covers down around the sides and down on the bottom. But then what I did was I used these straps that I brought down around this side and this side over here, and I actually used a second one because they're kind of short to reach across and hold this on the back. And then on the sides and the front, what I did was I then ran it from one side of the seat to the other, and so it holds that down there. It's also connects over up on this side. Again, because of the length, I used two of them. And then on the front, I also have on the corners, I have more straps that pull it down underneath. And if we look underneath, we can see, if I get my hand out of the way, lots of stuff, but you can see the one silver connector there. And so what I did was I ran the seat, the straps from one side to the other, and then on the front, on the corners, there's a bar back here that the strap runs back to the bar. It wraps around the bar once and then comes back over to the other strap connection there. So that's how I did it. Kind of keeps it out of the way. Works pretty well for me. And then just because I love my Jeep so much, I got to show you the whole Jeep. Just because it's my favorite car ever. And that's all we got. So I had a fellow RVer stop me at the Thousand Trails Park in Lake Minden the other day and asked me about the animal evac on the side of my Jeep. And he and his family were devastatingly impacted by the Caldor fire. And so I explained to him that I was a volunteer for North Valley Animal Disaster Group. And he says, well, do you mind if I ask, what kind of training you do and what sort of equipment you carry and that sort of thing? And NAVDAG typically provides for their volunteers all the equipment they need. Turnout jackets, pants, boots, well, not boots. We have to provide our own boots. But as far as flame retardant, outerwear, hats, goggles, respirators, all that sort of good stuff. So, but I have, when I worked the Caldor fire, actually, though I was at the call center most of the time, what we found was we were doing a mutual aid and we didn't have a lot of NAVDAG gear. And so I started to stock up for doing mutual aid responses for NAVDAG. And also I moved to Siskiyou County where we had a lot of fires in 2022. And so I wanted to have equipment so that I could respond if needed to those, because I'm trained for it. So I need to be prepared for it. So let's take a look in the Jeep as to what gear I carry. The Jeep typically is, I do a lot of dog rescue at the local animal shelter. So the Jeep is pretty much just set up for, me and my person that helps me with doing videos, and the dogs typically ride in the back of the Jeep. And my dog Remy and I just got out of here going on our grocery run. But in the back of the Jeep, what I carry, and some of this I carry just for my own personal safety, but what we have in here, we have a sleeping bag. I've got a go bag, which has got changes of clothes. It's got enough food for maybe a day and a half inside of that. These two containers have dog food for handing out to homeless people who, maybe have a dog and they don't have food to feed it. There's also leashes and collars in there as well. And leashes and collars in that one, and in both of them are equipped basically the same way. I also have a flame retardant jacket. I do have a set of flame retardant pants in the motorhome, clipboard that I have forms and writing implements for if I'm deployed. I've got a kennel, a crate back in the Jeep. I can be driving along sometime and see a dog running loose, and so I can set that up and put the dog in the Jeep and take it to the nearest animal shelter. I have earmuffs for if I happen to be working in a canine animal shelter to keep from my ears being damaged. And then inside here, I've got dog food for Remy. If, we have to evacuate, I've got additional foodstuffs down here in this plastic container for me, bowl for water and stuff for Remy, a respirator, plastic bags the respirators there, plastic bags to put on the seats if I'm entering into a hazardous situation so I don't contaminate the seats, a pad to put under my sleeping bag, and I've also got in there a hard hat as well as goggles. So that's some of the gear that I carry in the Jeep. and just trying to be ready for any situation. Oh yes, I have this bag here that's got treats in it for trying to entice a dog if I find one, and I've also got a snow shovel. So then up here I've got a slip lead, I've got a fanny pack, and then I've got a McLeod up there if I ever end up in a situation where I'm need to try to work on a fire break. Don't expect that's going to ever happen, but I was able to get it at a pretty good price at a local hardware store, so I scored it while I had the chance. So that's pretty much my Jeep Wrangler, my 2022 Jeep Wrangler 4xe, by the way. And it's the best vehicle I've ever owned. It's very capable and very comfortable. So it's just a great setup for what I want to be able to do. That's all for now. Well, hi there. Today is Saturday, the 2nd of September, 2023. And Remy and I are just wrapping up a really productive day for ourselves. I got the checkbook balanced and bills paid this morning. Then we went out on a bit of an errand run day. Went and spent a lot of time in Yuba City and checked that town out. Found out that there is my favorite restaurant in the whole wide world, Applebee's, there, as well as a Red Robin. But more importantly, I was able to drop off some thrift store stuff at a local Goodwill store in Yuba City. Also found a complete recycle center that even takes electronics, which was really cool. I needed to get some electronics out of the motorhome. So I got rid of some stuff that was thrift store oriented. I got some recyclables, or some electronic recyclables taken care of. Also found that there's a Camping World there in town. Then we went down to West Sacramento, checked the mail, then hit Safeway on the way home and picked up some milk and apples. So all in all, it's been a really productive day. We're headed back to camp right now. It's kind of cloudy. Looks like it might be some drizzly weather. There's supposed to be a concert tonight at the Thousand Trails RV Park at Oregon House. We'll see if that's going to happen or not. Stay tuned. But all in all, today has been a wonderful day. So stay tuned for the rest of the entries in this vlog. morning, and today is Sunday, the 3rd of September, 2023. And I am headed off to the Stockton Animal Shelter, City of Stockton's Animal Shelter. Now that I've moved down here from Siskiyou County, I am getting back and working with some people that I worked with when I used to live in Sacramento, doing dog videos for dogs that are have very short time left at the shelter, helping them get adopted. So it's about 6:30 on Sunday morning. I've got about a 2-hour drive from the campground here at Oregon House, and go down to Stockton. I'll hook up with another volunteer, a friend of mine, Allie, that I knew from when I lived here in Sacramento the first time. She and I are gonna take dogs out. We take a dog out to either URP or Home Depot, depending on the weather, and just get them out of the shelter for a little bit so that they see something other than the chain link and concrete walls of the shelter for just, if nothing more than an hour. But also when we do that, I get lots of video footage, and then I come back to the motorhome and I do adoption videos for them. So as you can see, it's just getting up on daybreak here. I'm actually going down to duck a Jeep here at the Thousand Trails Park at Lake of the Springs, and a couple that I met last night at the concert. And then I'm headed off to the Stockton Animal Shelter. So I'm coming up on the Jeep right now, and it's like the sister ship to this Jeep, except it's a Rubicon. So I have ducked this Rubicon. It's a 2024 Jeep Wrangler, and very nice couple that own it. Okay, so I've done ducked that Jeep, and now gonna head off to the City of Stockton's Animal Shelter. Got about a 2-hour drive. It's going to be about an 8-hour day, a little bit more actually, because I'm going to try and get a haircut this afternoon on my way back. So Oregon House, where the Thousand Trails Park is, out at Lake of the Springs. Oregon House is a fairly rural community. It's a very rural community, actually. There's nothing there. And so to get to the Stockton Animal Shelter, I drive through the city of Marysville, which is about 45 minutes from Oregon House, and then I drive another 30 minutes to go through Sacramento, and then I drive about another 35 minutes from Sacramento down to Stockton. So it's a lot of driving that I do today for the dogs, but I also, when I'm at Lake Minden, I'm about an hour closer to the Stockton Animal Shelter than I am out at Oregon House. And a lot of this is due to kind of how I initially set up my reservations, not knowing what I was going to call my home base. But in the long term, I think Lake Minden is going to be more of a home base for me. And when I've got to spend a week out of the system, I'll just take a week and go up to Oregon House and then back down to Lake Minden. So, at any rate, we're continuing on to the Stockton Animal Shelter. So it's about 2 hours since I left the Thousand Trails RV Park up at Lake of the Springs, and I am now arriving at the City of Stockton's Animal Shelter. And this is where I'll hook up with Allie and we'll do some volunteering. And this is the City of Stockton Animal Shelter. There's capacity in there for about 130 dogs. Well, hi there, and I'm now headed back to camp from the Stockton Animal Shelter. We worked with Velma, Jasmine, and Sam today. It's just always a great opportunity to go down and spend some time with some great dogs and some great people. My partner in making videos, Allie, is just a wonderful person whose company I really enjoy. We got some great news today on one of the dogs that we'd recently done, a dog named Rocco. In Stockton is south of Sacramento, and somebody in Alaska saw a video of Rocco and wanted to adopt him and wanted to know what they had to do to make that happen. It truly shows the power of social media, and I am thrilled that a dog like Rocco got a second chance, even if it meant he had to move to Alaska. So just really happy for him, and it's those sort of heartwarming stories that just really help us out. We had one dog we worked with today, Jasmine, very scared dog, but she really climbed out of her shell in about an hour and a half. She was a completely different dog after spending an hour with Allie and I, just getting out of the shelter, decompressing, and enjoying life a little bit. It's truly rewarding. So that's why I do what I do, even if it means I've got to drive 2 hours each way. It's okay. So that's it for today's installment. There's going to be more on this blog for this month of August, this month of September. So stay tuned. Sacramento Shelter Pets Alive would like to introduce you to Rocco at the City of Stockton's Animal Shelter. Rocco is a wonderful and handsome guy. He can be a little timid initially, but he warms up quickly to be an amazing dog. He gets along well with many other playful dogs and might do well with kids too. He is a higher energy guy who would love to play outside and would make a great jogging partner too. And he also will gladly jog by your side as well. Rocco would also make an amazing hiking buddy. And after just a little bit of activity, Rocco is totally ready to just lay on the grass and relax. Rocco has been learning how to walk very nicely on a leash. He is also an absolute rock star at the sit command. And he's equally good at the stay command, the down command, and the come command. And once he's comfortable, he even demonstrates the shake command. Rocco is a faithful guy who will stay by your side for any adventure you have in mind. He is ready to load up at a moment's notice, find a spot in the car, and ride quietly with you anywhere. He sometimes can be picky about the treats he likes, but Rocco loves a puppuccino. This wonderful guy enjoys being loved on and giving kisses in return. So please email us at sspadogs@gmail.com to make arrangements to meet Rocco. He would love to come home with you. Thank you. Well, good morning, and today is Monday, the 4th of September, 2023. It is Labor Day, and Remy and I are going out on a little Jeep trail adventure. So stay with us as we kind of go explore the area south of us. We're going to go check out a path called Shirt Tail Canyon. So it's a level 2 out of 10, but you got to crawl before you can walk. So let's go check it out. Well, I am making my way to our destination where we're going to take
Turn
the Jeep
right
up.
onto California 174 East.
We're going to take the Jeep. We just passed the Empire Mine here, California State Historical Landmark, and that was kind of cool. Got a picture of that. Didn't get any video of it, but maybe on the way back we'll
Continue on
get some video
California
of it.
174 East for 12 miles.
Just continuing on out to our destination. It's very pretty through here. As you can see, lots of trees and stuff. Very pretty. Well, I'm not sure, but I think we have entered onto the trail. Actually, I think this is still a community street because it's paved, but it's very pretty back here. Regardless of whether I've entered the trail or not, it's very pretty. For me, knowing what I know, doing what I do, it's a great place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live here. The chance of fire and the devastation that could roll through here is pretty scary. A lot of grass on the side that could run a fire up the hill. It would be devastating through here. Get a real sense for the canyon that I'm driving down into down here. So I'm now at a day use area, and gonna explore around here just for a few minutes. I'm gonna pay the day use fee because I have cash. I'm sure a lot of people that come down here don't have cash and probably don't pay the day use fee. So I'm gonna help the state park system out. So Remy and I are here at the Auburn State Recreational Area, and very clear. Look at that clear water there. That's amazing. Very nice. I really thought that, of course it is Monday, so a lot of people may have already pulled out and headed home. But they've got lots of sites here, and they've got bear lockers, so that's cool. So this is something I'd not seen before. They've got fire pits, and then they give you a cover to throw over it to snuff out the fire at night. That is very cool. Down here at the North Fork of the, I think it's the American River. Very pretty. The clarity of the water is just amazing. Well, we are here at Iowa Hill, a Placer County community, as the sign said, 100 yards or so back. This used to be a gold mining location that generated about $100,000 in gold weekly. So it was a pretty substantial little mine back in the day. And so we're just making our way out towards our destination, going out and checking out a Jeep trail. Okay, well, here's the turn down to Shirt Tail Canyon. So we're going down this dirt road here. So stay tuned. Although it's a dirt road, it's plenty wide, so that's good in case I come across anybody going the other direction, I can find a spot to kind of squeeze out of the way. It's very, very pretty back here. Oh yeah, and that whole nice wide dirt road, yeah, it didn't stay wide for very long. It's now pretty much just wide enough for one vehicle. So hoping that I don't run into too much in the way of traffic, although there is a spot like that I might be able to get out of somebody's way. So I found kind of a wide spot to pull off for a moment. Just wanted to get out and give you some perspective as what I'm out here in. Very pretty. I forgot to bring my Deep Woods off out here. They are bugging at me and they're bugging at Remy. Huh, baby girl? There's my Remy. She's a good girl. Little itty bitty waterfall. So we're making our way on this trip on Shirt Tail Canyon Trail, and there was this opening in here, not a mine. I think it was probably something that they tried maybe starting to drill it and mine it and came up empty. And that's looking out onto the American River. I like how that said weight limit 3 tons. Jeep weighs 5,000 pounds dry, so yeah, it's probably as close to testing it sometimes. Very pretty. So Remy and I have made a little stop here. We're at the Empire Mine State Historical Park. It's cool that they have preserved all this. All the old mechanical equipment and the buildings out there. It's cool seeing the old ore cars over there. There's kind of a small size ore car, and then over here we've got the larger kind of medium sized ore cars. Well, Remy and I have finished our off-road adventure at Shirt Tail Canyon. Really, it wasn't bad at all. It was rated a 2 out of 10 on the off-roady scale, so I'm not surprised. There was a fair amount of dirt road that was dirt and mud because we did have some rain earlier this week. But all in all, the adventure went fine. Absolutely no challenges whatsoever, except for running into people going the opposite direction on a 1-lane road. You got to kind of find a place to pull over. But other than that, it went great. Very pretty drive. Gorgeous weather today. It's Labor Day, Monday, the September 4th. And just really had a nice time just exploring that different area. Not our first time out doing a trail ride in the Jeep 4xe, but the first time here in Sacramento. I used to be up doing it in Siskiyou County before moving back down here. And so yeah, it was a good day. Heading back to the motorhome right now, and that's going to be about the extent of the adventures for the day. So that's all for now, but stay tuned for the rest of this blog. Well, today is Saturday, the 8th of September 2023. And I'm getting ready, the 9th of September 2023. And I'm getting ready to prep the roof for wintertime. So I go along the caulking lines, clean everything up along the edges. And so I do that with this varied sundry of cleansers and brushes and stuff. I'm also going to clean the solar panels while I'm up here. And then let it dry for a couple hours, and then I'll come back up here with the lap sealant, and I'll hit any places that I think need to be additionally sealed after I cleaned them. So that's what the plan is for today. Oh, and then I'm going to take the Jeep and get an oil change, but that's a whole nother chore. We'll do that between the time that I clean the roof and put the lap sealant down. So today is Saturday, the 17th, I think, of September 2023, and that is just a glorious sunrise going on over there. I'm up here at Oregon House at the Thousand Trails at Lake of the Pines, or Lake of the Springs, and it's very peaceful up here. Very quiet and enjoyable. The only thing that's a problem or a distraction, I guess, is some quad runners that seem to go through here at sunset every night. It's not even sunset, it's dark. And they come through here. I'm not quite sure why, but you know, they don't shooting guns or blaring radios, so I guess we'll be thankful for that. Remy. Well, good morning, and today is Wednesday, the 27th of September, 2023, and we're camped out here again at River Reflection RV Park in Oroville. Today I'm working working for the state as normal, but tomorrow I'm taking the day off for some class. And you'll notice out here we've got, it's kind of hard to see probably in the camera, but there's some ducks out there exploring the Feather River in the area here. And Remy and I are out for a morning walk, and we're just gonna go check out the park. It's a very nice RV park here. It's very comfortable, very easy to get in and out of. It's well maintained. Very enjoyable place to stay. It's not a Thousand Trails park, so I do have full 50 amps, but does mean that I have to pay for it. It's about $60 a night, which is a little steep, but that's what the going rate is these days, so it is what it is. That's why I like Thousand Trails so much, because I can afford to stay there. So at any rate, just a very pretty place to wake up and go for a walk in the morning. Come on, Remy, let's go this way. She says, Daddy, Remy's want to go this way. Follow Remy. Okay, I'll follow you for a little while. Have a great day, all. Well, good morning, and today is Thursday, the 28th of September, 2023, and I'm getting ready for my rope rescue class. I'm practicing with a piece of webbing, piece of rope, and a carabiner. Just practicing some knots, getting ready for class. Class starts at 9 o'clock this morning in Chico, so going to be headed off to that here shortly in the Jeep Wrangler, and looking forward to this class. It's going to be a 3-day class. I paid about $600 for it, but I'm hoping that I can put those skills to good use for NAVDAG. So that's the plan for the next 3 days. Remy's going to be hanging out in the motorhome by herself during each day, but I will be back each night to spend time with Remy. So that's my plan this week. So I've got my webbing wrapped around my tree with my water knot, and then we are going to do a wrap 3 pull 2. So there's wrap 3 pull 2, and we put our carabiner on, and it's all set to go. And then took my piece of rope and did my figure 8, my double figure 8. So I've tied my double figure 8. Can't show you putting it on, but there we go. So there we go. Double figure 8 on a wrap 3 pull 2 strap and a water knot. Now my tail on my rope there is too long, so I'm going to have to practice on getting that shorter. But all in all, at least I'm getting the knots down, so that's important.